just finished tracking all the main drum parts.
Yeah.
With Dr. Ken Schalk. Ken the Shock. Well, first off, man, this second time we've done this.
Yeah.
Second round of songs.
Yeah.
But what's the new project? And then we'll geek out on some drums for a second.
Yeah. The band is called Sensory Deception. Right now, it's just me. My partner Jason is working as an executive producer, co-songwriter, and we're putting together an album. But as far as the musicianship goes, once we get all the songs assembled, that's when we'll start getting all of the vocalist ideas and who's going to play guitar and bass. It's kind of going to wind up being like an all-star band lineup to just make the album.
All right, so kit-wise, you actually brought a different kit this time.
I did.
And I'm really digging this kit, so.
Dude, it's monsters. But it's controlled monsterism. It's not out of control. It's,
Controlled monsterism.
Controlled monsterism. But yeah, between the Walnut and the Birch combined together, it's beefy and mid-rangey, but punchy and just great attack. Really powerful drum set. 12 by 14, 14-12, and we took off the mounts for the legs and put on a Starclassic mounting system so that we could rack it up. And then 16-inch floor tom here. We did have an alternate snare over here for one song, but that's gone now.
Yeah, so you used today a different snare on every song.
I did, yeah. I did Tama SLP black brass on the first song, my own custom 10-ply Birch on the second song, and this is a Tama Starclassic G maple 8x14, 13 plies of maple.
So why did you pick different snares? What was your what's the reasoning?
That's music production. That's not drumming. That's music production. There's a big difference in that. I could sit around all day and play a drum set that I like to play that I think sounds cool for me just playing drums. But when you track a song, the snare drum sound has to vibe with the song. If it doesn't, you'll sound like crap. You could even play great, but if your drums aren't vibing and tuned in a way that matches the production of the song, it's gonna sound crappy.
And that's so important.
Yeah.
And a snare drum alone, because that's really the only thing that you changed, except the third song you did detune the toms a little.
Detune the toms a little.
But really the only fundamental change was snare.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a couple cymbals too. But
actually, that first song, because we were going for more of an industrial mechanical vibe, I used a couple of different cymbals here just to get less sustain out of them and a little more of a character.
Yeah, so right now we've got the aggressive cymbals are up. The reflector. Is that a 19?
20-inch here.
20-inch reflector. That thing is massive. And then over here,
19 Rude.
Yeah.
2002, 18-inch China. 22 Heavy Ride.
Oh wait, there's one last thing. One of my favorite things that you had today. Right now, you have it. It's a splash. But what was?
Oh, I had.
Where are those?
The hi-hat.
I am buying a set of these things. Yes, there they are. Oh, and look at this. He shows up with. This is his cases.
Yes, high school
Old
style,
school boxes,
man.
baby.
I'm a high school student, bringing my drums in my boxes.
Yeah, these sounded so. Here, I'll move the mic.
Oh, thank you. I was gonna
We
say,
actually
I don't know
mic'd
if
it
I'm
with a
gonna
Heil
feel it.
PR35.
So these are 16-inch hats. They're a little high now. I changed the height on everything here
Oh yeah, to get the splashes
to
up.
get the splashes up, but I'll just lower them.
But this is the high. These are the main hats for the first two songs.
Yeah. I used these for the third song, but I was using these aux hats, and they sound killer.
Oh, they sound great.
They sound really good. They cut like
a lot of character too, which is neat.
This whole line, this PSTX line that they put out, is really cool, man.
We went for a lot of mics today, actually.
Dude, you went nuts.
Yeah, we went a little nuts. I mean, we have the normal kind of setup around the kit. I have the mic parts S25s on all the toms with only a little EQ from the Trident. And actually those just got upgraded by Matt and the fine folks at Mic Parts and sound fantastic. It's even on the floor tom, you can see down over there. The snare, this is a combo that I really love. Let's see if we can get in here and get the beer on the head is what really makes it. It's the reflection off the beer bottle back to the mics. Without that, you don't have sound. But it's a E-Dyn 357, which are my favorite 57s, and a Mic Parts SDC 84 with another 57 below, which is kind of the combo I like. SDC 84 on the hat and underneath the ride, just for a little bit of help with positioning. The kick went a little crazy today. ATM 250 Audio-Technica inside, combined with Roswell Pro Audio MK47KD. So these two I actually combine, and I'll go through the console settings in just a second. I combine those and go to one, and then the Audio-Technica 4047 is the actual outside mic. And overheads went with the Mini K47s today. One thing Ken wanted compared to the last time was another kind of mono type source. So we set this guy up. I'm trying to move slow so I don't make anybody sick. Which this is one of my favorite little guys.
I love this thing, man.
It's a 12 gauge microphones. I think it's the Red 12. And it's measured from the snare, the same distance as the overhead, so you can actually pull those three mics up. And then last but not least, my favorite thing is lots of room mics. Stereo pair of 4080 Audio-Technicas. And then I have my Roswell Pro Audio Delphos 1s way out here. And actually split those into two different stereo channels, and we crushed the crap out of one, and we left one completely natural.
It's amazing, the contrast between the natural one and then when the crushed thing is just...
Oh yeah.
I love that stuff when you could like crush some room.
And then you can blend the two together and do, there's all sorts of fun
stuff.
It was actually pretty straightforward today. All the mics are plugged into the console. Everything is going through the Trident 88, especially now that I have 16 channels with blend-out input transformers. Oh man, drums, awesome on this baby. Do have a little bit of EQ on a few things, but there's not a lot of outboard processing. The couple things that I am doing, these two, this is the kick in, so this is the Audio-Technica, this is the Roswell. Those are actually getting summed together. You can see up there I'm setting it to 1 and 2. I'm doing the same thing with the two top snare mics. And I have my drum bus, or kick bus, and snare bus. Those are both going over here to the SSL compressor, followed by an A-Range EQ. Talk about a tight, punchy sound with these two. It's perfect for what Ken is doing. And one other thing I'm doing with the kick mic, since the outside mic and the inside mic aren't, lined up perfectly, I use one of my favorite tools, which is the Phazer from Radial. And this lets me time align those two mics. So this goes on the insert on the console, and I can use this dial to shift it backwards to the outside mic. And it makes for a really, really nice full sound. Everything perfectly lined in phase. Other than that, just a couple things. The kit front mic, which is that little shotgun shell mic, which is awesome, is going through the IGS Tubecore, and it's getting hit pretty freaking hard. And then it's getting a little bit of EQ, adding some bottom end EQ back in. Other than that, the room mics, the Audio Technicas are going through the Overstayer VCA. This guy right here, which one of my favorite, and I'm goosing a bunch of bottom end with EQ on this thing. It's awesome. Roswell's what I call the big rooms, are natural, and then they're getting plugged in. I'm sending off the console through an aux to the Dyna-mite and just absolutely annihilating them. And it's kind of cool because you can either use the annihilated one, you can use the clean one, you can use them both together to create a sound. It's actually pretty cool. It gives you a lot of options that way, which is neat. Anyway, Ken's killing it. Dude is badass. Go check him out. We're gonna go back to work, record some more stuff.